I'm ready to take control of my life, my dreams, reality, and that starts now. If this sounds like you, even if you're watching this in 2024, then I got you. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can start reinventing your life in the new year or before the new year, because it's never too late to start working on those goals. I'm going to break this down into a couple of phases. I've seen a lot of videos on this, and these are honestly the ones that I think just resonate the most with me, and that I like to piece together for my own process. The first one is identify your vision. The second one is to start believing in your vision. The third one is to meditate, eat clean, nourish your soul, all about wellness and self-care. And the fourth one is finances. And yes, we are going to talk about finances in this video, which I don't normally do. By the way, I'm Genevieve and I'm a 26-year-old living in Toronto. I just turned 26, so it sounds very new to me. But I do lifestyle videos and fashion on Instagram, so make sure to follow me and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So the first one is going to be identifying your vision. I know this sounds so easy, and I feel like I'm totally not really into the idea of like setting really big goals and just working towards that. I don't think that's super achievable, and it's actually more intimidating than it is beneficial. So the first thing you're going to do is take all these big dreams, take all these big goals, take everything you love or everything you hate, everything that's a part of your life right now. Take all that, put it down on a sheet of paper. So categorize it. I like to dance. I spend a lot of time like napping. I like watching Netflix, like snacking, so like social media, real estate. Like write down all of these big buckets: family, friends. Now that you see this list in front of you, I want you to group them into main categories. So you might see a couple of things in common on some of these lists, so start grouping them together. So for me, for example, I'm going to put like working out and eating good under one category. Group these together. There might also be some things that you don't like and that you want to release, so put those into their own pile. You're going to have like almost like a trash pile for things you want to release in the new year and things that you want to continue forward to the new year. Now look at the list that you've grouped together. Maybe there's like 3 or 4 key categories of things that you love and you want to continue into the new year. Look at this list. Is there anything that's missing? What else do you want to fill your bucket a little bit more? Add those in. Just go for it. Now what I want you to do is take that sheet of paper with all the limiting beliefs, all the trash, anything you want to release from this year that no longer serves you. Rip that up, burn it, throw it in the toilet, flush it down. Anything you need to do to get these out of your system. Giving conscious energy to it and actively releasing them is going to help you push those away into the new year. Now look at that list in front of you. Does the list feel stressful right now, or does it feel achievable? If it feels stressful, I want you to look and really focus. What are your core things? Like, what do you want to feel going into the new year? Focusing on the feelings that each of these will bring up instead of the specific deliverables will help you achieve outcomes that maybe aren't exactly what you had in mind, but are even better. They're just things that you didn't know you wanted. Now that you have that final list of things you love and it feels calm, it feels good, you feel happy when you read this list, just hold on to that and read it at the end of the year. Now the second one is to start believing in your vision. One thing that I've read is it's called scripting. So scripting is essentially when you write down your feelings, write things down as is. So you're going to write things down like, I'm so happy now that I have this, I'm so happy, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to keep writing these down. That is one method of starting to believe sort of those affirmations. But affirmations don't work for everyone. It's one thing to do and say affirmations and one thing to actually believe them. So another thing that, like someone who's a bit more like analytical, who might want to set more like tangible goals for, is you can set shorter term goals. I think setting goals that are like even weekly or monthly, like what am I going to do this month that, I can actually achieve. This isn't like a big dream like buying a house. Like that's something that takes years to develop. What is something small that I can do to get there? Like I'm going to put $200 into this savings account. That is something you can easily check off. And the feeling of checking off like these smaller, more realistic goals will actually help you be more productive in the long term because you feel like you're accomplished. You don't feel like a failure. You don't feel like, oh, at the end of the year, I didn't hit that 100K subscriber goal that I wanted. But you know what? I posted 10 videos. Like I posted 2 videos a week. Like that in itself is something, it changes sort of that something in your brain where you almost feel like you are being successful because you're able to achieve those things versus setting goals that are almost setting you up for failure because they are so out there and so far. Not to say it's impossible, but you want to still have a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment from that. I think it's also important to remember that it's going to take time sometimes to start believing that you're capable and release all those limiting beliefs. It's not sort of like a let me just turn this off and turn this on and everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be a process, so don't stress yourself out too much and know that you have the power within yourself to start believing in your manifestations. The fourth one is all about wellness. So I think when we get older, we realize like health at the end of the day is the most important thing. Like if my body can't function and I'm sick, all of these other goals, they're going to be put in the burner pile. Like they're going to be the ones that are waiting because I'm going to have to focus on my health to even get to start working on those goals. And that's why I think keeping your mind healthy, clear, your body healthy, your body nourished, movement is only adding benefits to you in the long run. How are you going to achieve your goals if you're burnt out in the new year? So remember to rest. And this isn't a race. The new year isn't a race. You have the whole year. It's a long time. So take it easy, but also remember to take care of your body. Little things I like to do. I like to take vitamins. Well, I try to. I'm not very good at it, but that is something I'm working on for the new year. Vitamin C typically is one that I usually take because that just keeps my immune system a lot stronger. I also take fish oil sometimes. Magnesium is good to calm down, but also I'm not a doctor or anything, so make sure to ask your doctor if you do want specific advice on what vitamins you should be taking. Feeding yourself with whole foods throughout the day, I think, is also going to help in the new year. Movement, I feel like by the end of the year, a lot of us just stop moving. I mean, at least for me, I like literally at the beginning of the year, I'll be like going to the gym, like working out a lot, getting on that fit girl. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be fit by summer. And then after summer, it kind of just goes like downhill slowly. And I don't know if it's just me because I'm not really a gym girly. I like Pilates, slow movement classes, and sometimes it just gets too hectic with my schedule, and with the cold weather, it's like hard to motivate myself to do that. But slowly building that routine up again is going to be something I'm going to try to do again for the new year. And then little things like self-care. So what are you going to do in the new year for your self-care routine that make you feel refueled and clear your mind? So cleaning your place at the end of the night, making your bed. Like me, I've been leaving my place messy. So the new year, that is going. Actually, now. I'm scratching that. Now. I'm going to clean my place right after this video. Little things to help you meditate or like be more. Other things, like I love essential oils as well. So I have like a diffuser and I'll diffuse different essential oils, and I have little essential oil like rollers. Those are really nice. There's one from Origins actually that's super nice for like that smells like eucalyptus. And my friend actually just got me some shower steamers that I'm going to start putting in my shower, and it's going to make me feel so relaxed. So little things like that add to your self-care routine is going to make you feel just like good about yourself at the core, because when your life is clean, everything else will slowly follow. And then the last one I want to talk about is finances. I have been stuck in this I feel poor mindset for a while now. Since becoming a freelancer, it's been really hard to navigate the ups and downs of being a freelancer and the ups and downs of income as well. So that I feel poor mindset is always nagging at the back of my mind. And I feel like it is limiting me in a sense because I have this big limiting belief that I'm never going to have enough. And I don't want that. I do not want that mindset with me. I am letting that shit go. So I'm going to talk about a couple of finance tips. These apply to if you're self-employed, but also if you're working a 9 to 5, like whatever position you're in. As someone like in their mid-20s, these are some things that I've started to learn the older I've gotten that, I think are so important for anyone to do. But of course, also talk to your banker or your financial advisor about these things. So little things like setting up your TFSA, your first home buyer's account, your RRSP, having these savings accounts set up. I know those sound really intimidating maybe at once. I have an account with Wealth Simple actually, and they have like managed accounts, but you can also invest in stocks. But I know I'm going into this whole like finance rumble, which is not my intention of this video. It's more so to say like finances can be tough, but I think it's so important to set a budget for the new year. So think about like the things that you want to achieve, like what kinds of funds do you need to achieve those. Like let's say you want to travel. If you have an idea of what the budget is or how much you need to save to get there, how can you start doing that now or in the new year to achieve that? Like maybe you want to plan a trip. So I'm going to start saving like $200 a month, for example, or $200 a week, whatever you can accomplish. Like set that number for yourself and try to reach that based on what goals you're setting. On top of finances, setting a budget. So what are your limits for going out to eat dinner, entertainment, socializing? Having an idea of like, let's take a look of all our finances in 2023. Where did we spend the most and where did we kind of save the most? Let's look at the opportunities and sort of weigh those in terms of how we want to change that for the new year. Like, oh, I feel like I spent way too much on food and drinks this year. Like, let's cut that budget down, and actually be like hold myself accountable for these financial goals. There's little ways that you can cut things. Like, oh, I noticed that I buy coffee like every single week, which I actually used to do. I might still do it some weeks. If I do like one coffee a month instead of every week, that will save me like almost over $100 for the year. And little things like that are going to add up more than you know and will definitely help you with reaching some of those goals of yours. Okay, so to recap this video, to reinvent yourself for the new year, you're going to do that reflection. So you're going to reflect on everything from this year and you're going to identify your vision for the new year. And you're going to release anything that no longer serves you for the new year. Next, you're going to start believing in that vision. Like, do you believe that you're even capable? 3, like keeping a healthy wellness and self-care routine is so important. So from eating clean to working out to taking care of doing little things that make you feel happy, continuing that into the new year. And then 4, let's get our finances in check, start budgeting, start planning for any of those goals that we have, and talk to a financial advisor if we need to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on my social media for more.